Okay, so today we are going to learn what is the basic components which make a pneumatic system. So the objective behind this is to understand the components which comprise of a pneumatic system, and the outcome will be after this session you will be able to list and also identify which are the components of the pneumatic system. So this is a complete pneumatic system. First of all, there is an intake filter, then a compressor, cooler, separator, receiver. Then in the feedback loop we have a pressure switch, I have a motor control center. At the output side we have actuator, before that we have a control valve and a secondary air treatment. Now just these are the names. Let's discuss in detail all the components. The first component is intake filter. Now what is the purpose of this intake filter? As we know, the pneumatic system is going to take air as a signal. Okay, so the air is available in atmosphere. We are going to take the air directly from the atmosphere. But if we take that air directly, then there are dust particles, then there might be moisture, and all these components can come in contact with the compressor. So this will damage the parts which are moving in the compressor. They can choke up the compressor action. So to avoid all these things, we prefer intake filter at the start. So this intake filter is going to filter out the air which we are taking from the atmosphere directly into the compressor. The second part is a compressor. Now what is the compressor going to do? The compressor is going to compress the air. It is going to increase the pressure and decrease the volume. Okay, so whatever air you are going to suck from using the intake filter, it will be compressed and the pressure will be increased and supplied to the receiver tank and will be stored. After that, whenever you are going to require that air for action for actuators, then it will be taken from the receiver tank. So this is the compressor. Now based on the mechanism, like you can say there is a crankshaft mechanism, there is piston type mechanism, there is lobe type, there is screw type compressors, then there are reciprocating compressors, then there are vent type of compressors. So this is all which is the mechanism used to compress the air, and based on that the names of the compressors are defined. Just today we are going to take the main components in the system, so we are not going to go into every part in a very detailed aspect. Just list a few that these are the types of compressors. Okay, the cooler and the separator. Now why is there a need of cooler? See, when we are going to compress an air, then definitely the temperature of that air is going to increase. Now if we use this particular hot air inside the receiver, or it is being flowed from one point to another, then it is going to damage the mechanical parts which are there. They are going to erode. So to avoid this, what they do, after the compressor, they use a cooler. They cool the air which is hot due to the sucking and the compression action, and after that they provide it to the separator. So the cooler is going to cool down the temperature of the air and then feed it to the reservoir tank. What is the purpose of separator then? Then separator, what will happen when you are going to cool the air which was hot? There will be particles, that is moisture will be present. After cooling down, there can get some droplets. To avoid that droplets coming in contact with the mechanical elements, which will again erode the system, which will make the systems inefficient to operate, and after some time they are not functional. Okay, so to avoid all this, all the moisture will also be separated. So by cooler, after that cooler, then there is separator, and after separator only the pure air, which is the pressurized air, is being supplied to the receiver and it is stored in the receiver. Okay, so this was one part. This was the first forward part. Now let's think about the reverse part. We will go into the secondary treatment and control valve actuators later on. But what is after receiver? So now we are telling that the compressor is going to on off, on off, on off. Yes, because जब हमें ज़रूरत है तभी compressor की को on करना है. Else let it be idle. It will save the power. So receiver में हम उतना pressure air का जमा करके रखेंगे. We will saturate all the pressurized air in the receiver tank. So as soon as the pressure in the receiver exceeds the set pressure, which is being set by the pressure switch, the motor control center will be given a command to the compressor motor to stop. Okay, so once the set pressure is achieved, this whole compressor, cooler, separator and receiver air will be this loop will be off. Again, when the pressure is decreased below the set point, the motor control center will be taken care that the compressor is again pumped on, it started, and the receiver is again fed with the supply set pressure air. Okay, so the air which is of our requirement, that is उतना pressure वाला air हमें फिर से receiver में लाके रखना है, तो वो pressure switch काम करेगा. So pressure switch is going to be operated as soon as the air which is present in the receiver and whose pressure drops below the set point, and the motor control center is going to on or off based upon whether the pressure is received or not received. This was all about this loop. Then after this also, after the receiver tank also, there should be not only the air. Yes, only air is not going to lubricate, because when we say that there are moving parts into the system, so the moving parts may get damaged. To move them smoothly, we need some lubricator. So when we use lubrication to that oil, to that air, then we get very smooth and efficient operation of this control valve and the cylinder. So in the secondary air treatment, the air which is pressurized air is taken in, and here the secondary air treatment is nothing but a FRL unit, filter, regulator and lubricator. So here I have another part, that is again after receiver tank we again filter out that air. Then if there is some moisture present also, it is getting dropped, and after that we mix this air along with the oil which will act as a lubricant, and the mixture of oil and air is then supplied ahead to the control valve. What is a part of then regulator? The regulator, see, if I say 4 bar ka pressure hai is receiver tank ke air ka, and at the output I don't want that much, 2 bar is more than sufficient, then what I will do, I will just using the regulator present in the secondary air treatment, regulate the flow to 2 bars, and the 2 bar pressure air will be available at this end. This was about secondary air treatment, that is oil aa gaya, lubrication aa gaya, control regulator aa gaya, and filter out ho gaya. So this is secondary air treatment, and after that you have a control valve. Okay, so the purpose of control valve is to provide the cylinder in the forward or the return path. So what is this? We just to tell you the name. It is a 4x2 direction control valve. Direction control valve. The name itself suggests that it is used to control the direction of the actuator. Okay. So what will happen? See, if someone has pressed this, okay, and this is spring. This is 1 and 2. That is 2 positions and 4 ports. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a pressure port. This is a release port. This is port of the cylinder A, and this is a port B of the cylinder actuator. Okay. Now if say this is the scenario, what will happen? The air will be coming here, it will get path to flow from here, it will go up, and the cylinder will be retracted to this. So whatever air is present, it will get a path to go to atmosphere. This is how it is going to get retracted. Now what if someone presses this? If someone presses this control valve, what will happen? Someone has pressed this control valve, so ये जो position है वो change होके यहाँ पे आएगा, and this point it will be connected here, this point will be connected here. Now how it will be connected? See, okay, now I will just show you. So the pressure port is here and the exhaust port is connected here. Okay, disconnected directly here, and this air port will be here, and the exhaust part will be given the path like this. Okay, so how it is going to move now? The air is going to come here, it will pass from here to this point, and the cylinder will be moved ahead, and whatever air was present here, it will be passing from this point coming to this point and went into atmosphere. So this is how the valve is going to actuate, and it is spring is shown, that means it is retracted. Automatic आप जब push button release करोगे वो उसके actual जो default position है वहाँ पे आके रुक जाएगी. So what will be the default position? The default position is this actuator will be retracted position. This is the default position. तो अगर हमें इस cylinder को actuate करना है, आगे भेजना है, extract करना है, तो I need to push this control valve, and after pushing the supply will be given, that is the pressure port will be this. It will be given to the point A of the actuator, and the B point will be connected to the exhaust to this port. Okay, in very simpler terms, we call this that it is path देना है, air को path आगे move होने के लिए देना है, और जो return का stroke है उसको हमें vent to atmosphere का path देना है. So this is what is being explained. Okay, So these were the basic components which make a complete pneumatic system. And this is very simple to understand. This is a piston head, this is a piston rod head, and this is a double acting cylinder. Why we call it as double acting cylinder? Because here there is point A and here there is port B. So जब यहाँ extract करना है तो एक signal लगेगा, retract करना है तो फिर से अलग signal लगेगा. It is not spring operated, so it is not going to come retract on its own, which happens mostly in single acting cylinders. Okay. So to list a few air filters, these are used to filter out the contaminants from air. Compressors to compress the air. Air cooler is used for reducing the temperature of the air. Dryer is to evaporate water vapor which is being present. Controls also used to regulate, control and monitor for the control of direction flow. Air actuators, they are used to obtain the required movements of mechanical elements. Electrical motor is going to transform electric energy to mechanical. Now where is this? It is used to drive the compressor. As I told that the piston will be operated, and for to that piston operation you have a motor, and the receiver tank is, it is going to store all the compressed air. Okay, and the reference of this is pneumatic systems. न्यूमेटिक सिस्टम्स का जो NPTEL का मॉड्यूल है तो उसका ये उससे हमने ये डेटा लिया है. I have read this in fast because we have already discussed it in theory. Okay, so this was all about for today's session. Thank you.